The Young and the Restless spoilers. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It is a beautiful day to talk soap operas, but honestly, I am still shaking from last night's episode. Grab your coffee, your tea, or maybe something stronger because we have a massive amount of drama to unpack today and I am bursting at the seams. I cannot believe they just did that to Jack Abbott. I am literally screaming at my television screen right now. I mean, we all knew Patty Williams was completely unhinged, but stabbing him in the stomach with a butcher knife? Are you kidding me? I am typing this up late at night because I am so full of adrenaline I can't even close my eyes. My heart is still pounding out of my chest. But wait, I'm getting way ahead of myself here. I need to calm down, take a breath, and start from the beginning of this absolute roller coaster of an episode because there is so much to break down before we even get to that horrific dining room scene. So let's start with Diane. Our girl, Diane Jenkins Abbott, has been trapped in that creepy, barred room for weeks, being gaslit by that absolute creep doctor, Lawrence Markham. And I have to say, Susan Walters is acting her heart out in these scenes. The sheer panic, the claustrophobia, the desperation, you can feel it bleeding through the screen. We see her suddenly remember that she swiped Dr. Markham's burner phone. She pulls it out from behind the sofa where she hid it, and her hands are shaking so badly. She's frantically trying to guess the passcode, and I'm sitting there on the edge of my seat yelling at the TV, just try 1, 2, 3, 4. The tension was so thick you could cut it with a knife. Every little sound in that house had me jumping. And then, out of nowhere, smash! The window shatters into a million pieces. I literally jumped off my couch. Diane jumps out of her skin and calls out, terrified, asking who's there. Because in her mind, it could be Markham coming to punish her, or it could be Victor Newman's goons, or it could be Martin Laurent if that crazy plastic surgery theory is true. But no, it's Kyle. Kyle Abbott literally bursts through the broken window like an absolute action hero. I'm sorry, but since when is Kyle this much of a badass? I am usually the first person to complain about Kyle being a whiny corporate Nepo baby who just complains about his co-CEO title. But in this moment, I was cheering for him. Diane's face when she sees her son. Oh my God. The tears. She practically tackles him in this massive, desperate hug. It was such a beautiful, emotional payoff after weeks of her being isolated and terrified. But Kyle doesn't have time for a long reunion because they are in serious danger. He quickly explains that Jack has been scouting the perimeter of the house. Jack Abbott, playing super spy in the bushes. But here is the craziest part. Kyle says Jack couldn't get close because of the guard dogs. Guard dogs? Am I the only one who finds it hilarious and terrifying that Dr. Markham has a pack of attack dogs surrounding this random house? It's giving me major horror movie vibes. Like, what kind of operation is this guy running? Diane instantly starts panicking again, terrified that Lawrence is going to walk through the door at any second and catch them. She is traumatized, and rightfully so. But Kyle reassures her with the most brilliant twist. He tells her that Jack sent a text from Patty's phone to distract Markham. Jack actually played Patty. He used her phone to send a fake message to get Markham out of the way. And not only that, but we get the reveal that Dr. Lawrence Markham has been drugged. Yes, karma is finally coming for this shady, corrupt psychiatrist, the guy who has been keeping Diane locked up, gaslighting her, telling her she had a mental breakdown, gets a taste of his own medicine. He realizes he's been drugged and is completely shocked. I don't even know for sure who slipped him the Mickey. Was it Jack? Was it Kyle before he broke the window? Or did Patty double cross him? Honestly, I don't care. I am just so here for it. Seeing that smug look wiped off Markham's face when the drugs hit his system was pure cinematic perfection. If this guy really is Martin Laurent with a new face, he deserves so much worse. Remember what he put Sharon and Phyllis through? Yeah, I have zero sympathy for Dr. Markham. Let him pass out on the floor. Okay, back to the escape. The dogs are still a massive problem. They are literally surrounding the house, barking their heads off. It's so intense. But somehow, Kyle and Diane manage to navigate past the hounds of hell and make it to the car. The relief washing over Diane's face as she finally gets out of that nightmare house is palpable. Kyle immediately calls Jack from the car, and Jack is practically in tears. He is so happy. Jack tells them that Patty has finally left the Abbott mansion and he is just waiting for them to get home. And this is where Diane just breaks my heart. She looks at Kyle after everything she has been through, after all the misunderstandings and the anger about Jack sleeping with Patty on the yacht, and she says she is moving back in with Jack. She realizes that life is too short, that Jack literally risked his life and fought off guard dogs to save her, and she loves him. I know some people are loving this reunion, but personally, I have such mixed feelings. I mean, Jack did sleep with Patty, but then again, Patty is a master manipulator, and Diane just survived a hostage situation. Trauma bonds are real, people. But honestly, I was just happy Diane was safe. But wait, the happiness lasts for exactly 2 seconds, because this is the young and the restless, and we can't have nice things. We cut back to the Abbott mansion. Jack walks into the dining room. The lighting is dark. The atmosphere is eerie. It's too quiet. And who is standing there in the shadows? Patty freaking Williams. I literally screamed at the screen, Jack, run! Why didn't he lock the doors? Why didn't he call Chief Paul Williams? Oh, wait, Paul isn't around, but call Detective Burrow. Call the FBI. Call Victor Newman. I don't care. Just get help. But no, Jack just stands there. Patty is standing in the middle of the dining room with her hands hidden behind her back. She has this dead, empty, terrifying look in her eyes. Stacy Haiduk is an absolute legend for playing this role because she genuinely terrifies me. Patty slowly walks up to Jack. She is completely unhinged. She leans in and kisses him. It's so creepy and violating, especially knowing how she blackmailed him earlier. Jack is just frozen, probably trying to figure out how to talk her down without triggering her. And then she does it. She brings a hand around from behind her back and she has a massive butcher knife. And she just plunges it straight into Jack's stomach. I can't breathe. I literally leaped off my sofa. The visual of it, Jack gasping for air, his eyes going wide with absolute shock and agony. The sound design of him struggling to breathe, it was horrifying. It was so visceral and violent for a daytime soap. I've been watching since 2015, and this is honestly one of the most shocking, brutal things they've done in years. And the dialogue, oh my God, the dialogue. As Jack is bleeding out, collapsing, Patty just looks at him with this twisted, delusional smile and whispers that everything is going to be okay. She says, I'm right here with you. We'll be together in the afterlife. The afterlife? She is fully planning a Romeo and Juliet murder-suicide scenario right in the Abbott dining room. She is so deeply lost in her own psychosis that she thinks killing Jack is the only way they can truly be together forever without Diane or anyone else interfering. It is deeply tragic, but mostly it is just terrifying. I mean, let's look at Patty's history. Remember when they tried this kind of psycho storyline with her before? Remember when she poisoned Summer Newman? Remember when she literally stole Doctor? Emily Peterson's face with plastic surgery to trick Jack into marrying her. Yeah, didn't work then either, but it proves that Patty Williams has absolutely no limits. She is a survivor, but she is a lethal one. Tracy was literally just interrogating her in the park. Where is Tracy? Tracy needs to come in with a baseball bat and save her brother. So now I am sitting here, staring at the wall, trying to process what the hell is going to happen next week. Is Jack going to die? Look, let's be real. Peter Bergman is the heart and soul of the Abbott family. They are not killing off Jack Abbott, but he is going to be in critical condition. He is going to be fighting for his life in Genoa City Memorial Hospital. And think about the timing. Diane and Kyle are literally driving home right now, thinking they are heading toward a happy reunion. They are going to walk through the front door, expecting Jack to welcome them with open arms, and instead they are going to find him bleeding out on the dining room floor with Patty standing over him covered in blood. Diane is going to lose her mind. She just escaped a hostage situation only to walk into a murder scene. The trauma this family is going through is astronomical. And what about Patty? Will she turn the knife on herself? Will Kyle tackle her? Will she escape into the night and become a fugitive again? I swear, if they just send her back to a mental facility where she can easily escape in 6 months, I am going to riot. She needs to be locked in a supermax prison on the moon at this point. She has caused too much damage. And meanwhile, while all this Abbott tragedy is happening, let's not forget the Newmans. Victor is probably sitting at the ranch, sipping his scotch, completely unaware that his rival is bleeding out while he continues to drug Nikki and steal her company. The contrast between the Abbott physical violence and the Newman psychological warfare right now is just brilliant writing. I have to hand it to the writers. They have me hooked. But seriously, my heart is broken for Jack. He was trying so hard to fix his mistakes. He was playing spy, texting from burner phones, fighting dogs, doing everything he could to save Diane, to prove his love. And his reward is a butcher knife to the gut. It's so unfair. I know some people are going to say Jack brought this on himself by sleeping with Patty on the yacht, but no one deserves this. Patty is a predator who exploited his vulnerability in Diane's disappearance. I am going to be counting down the minutes until the next episode. I need to know if Jack survives the night. I need to know Kyle and Diane's reaction. I need to see Patty dragged away in handcuffs. Am I crazy for being this invested? Probably. But that's why we watch, right? Let me know your thoughts down below, because I definitely need to share this with people who get it. Pray for Jack Abbott, you guys. We are going to need a miracle.